But there is a new report from Adam Schefter that the Packers offered their quarterback a 2-year contract extension this offseason that would have, quote, tied him to Green Bay for 5 more seasons and made him the highest paid quarterback and player in football? Rodgers declined the offer. Proof is not about the money. That's what they're saying, Acho. What do you say? Does this say about Aaron Rodgers?
I think Aaron Rodgers is confused, Sel. At least the reason I think he's confused is because I'm confused. And the only reason I'm confused is because nobody has properly clarified what it is that Aaron Rodgers wants. Everybody on Twitter, well, clearly he wants more receiver help. Clearly he wants more defensive help. Does he? I'm not convinced. Schefter, one of the most plugged-in people, he went on air today and said, I'm not really sure what Aaron Rodgers wants. I think X, Y, and Z. But Schefter, one of the most plugged-in people in all of the NFL, doesn't know exactly what Aaron Rodgers wants. So I'm confused. And if you think you know what Aaron Rodgers wants, you're wrong, because he hasn't told you either. I'm not convinced he's told Packers management. People have said he wants a new head coach. Does he? His head coach is 26-6 in his first 2 years as a starter.
Winning.
2 NFC championship games. Last time he got Mike McCarthy fired, Mike McCarthy left going 7-9, if I'm not mistaken, or was 6-9 prior to being fired and relieved of his duties. He doesn't want more money. Does he want more receiver help? Maybe. But he has the best receiver in the game. I know he helps Devontae Adams be the best receiver in the game. Does he want more help at the running back position? Maybe. But he has a top 5 running back in Aaron Jones. Does he want more offensive lineup? Maybe. But he has David Bakhtiari. Does he want more defensive help? Sure. But they were a top 10 defense last year. Number 9, has 2 elite pass rushers, has a great lockdown cornerback in Jair Alexander, has a great safety in Darnell Savage. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers wants. So what does this say about Aaron Rodgers? To me, it says that he is confused. And why does it say that Aaron Rodgers is confused? Because we, the people, are confused. And the only reason that we are confused about what Aaron Rodgers wants is because no one has told us and made it clear. We all have our guesses, but our guesses are exactly that, guesses. It says to me, Sel, that there's just a whole bunch of ambiguity.
Man, you done took the top off this one. Look, I try to rock with people all the time, at least publicly, because I respect people's opinions. I respect their experiences. I respect what they're saying. They have a voice. And then privately, I digest what they just said or what they're doing. And then I come to the realization that I often come to, which is I shouldn't have wasted my time listening to these fools, because everyone has a voice, but some should be on mute. Yeah, I'm a DJ. Oh, yeah, talking to that mic. Nobody else hearing that junk. That's sometimes how I feel when I hear stories like this. Now, that's how I wholeheartedly feel about this one with Aaron Rodgers. Woo! It's hard to separate the signal from the noise in this one, because the signal should be the declaration of what Aaron Rodgers wants. But it's not. It's lost in the noise because it's all noise. What do you want? I swear I don't understand these dudes. Let me be Aaron Rodgers. First of all, I was me. Marcellus Vernon Wiley, and I was able to dictate terms. I was able to get what I wanted. I told you, for 1 year, I didn't even practice. Now, could I have practiced? I don't know. I never got to that place. I had an understanding with the organization. We worked itself out. That's lowly little old me. Aaron Rodgers, you can't get what you want? Oh, brother, that is a you problem. I always tell people, don't let you get in the way of your money. I'm gonna say it again. Don't let you get in the way of your money. In sports, it's a transaction. I don't understand why you bring in any more attributes, emotions to this conversation. And if you are, you must declare what they are. If not, I'm looking at you like, what are you talking about? But this generation, this social media, everyone has feelings and a voice and wants everyone to hear them because they want to be heard. I keep telling you this one. Stop being disruptive without a destination. Okay, it's fine to cause noise and bring havoc. Where are you going with it? So this report didn't really move me because I thought it was a little hollow. Not talking about my man Adam Schefter here. I'm talking about what it said. It said money. Now, I've had good contracts and I've had bad contracts. Boy, they could put some money in there to impress the fans and impress the fan base. And to you and to your CPA and to your agent, y'all sitting there like, that's not it. Colin Kaepernick's contract comes to mind when it was impressive in headline, but then when you dive through the details, you're like, wait a minute, that's not the money that they're advertising. I'm not certain if they offered him a contract that was hollow or not. So I'm not going to be moved by this report. What I'm going to be moved by is what you said. If this gets public, you either have to correct it or you're going to have to direct it. If you can't do either of those, why am I following this conversation fully? Because I can't separate signal from noise. Got to bring in former Packer Fox NFL analyst Greg Jennings. Oh, Greg, you know Aaron Rodgers. Let's hear this, Greg. What does this report say about your boy, Aaron Rodgers?
Well, listening to both of you guys, I agree with both of what you've said, specifically you, Acho, because for me, it's not about the money. But whatever it is about, we have yet to actually find that out. And so with that, and we've talked about this all off season, no one truly knows exactly what it is. And so for me, understanding the psyche of Aaron Rodgers and being in the locker room with him, knowing how he ticks, what makes him ticks, he is a individual that is highly driven to succeed. He feels like he has what it takes within himself, his own possessions and attributes, and he feels like he potentially have not been given the support around him. That has not been spoken specifically out of his mouth. It's been kind of tiptoed around with some of the things that he's alluded to. However, I do know this. The one thing that Aaron Rodgers has not gotten is what he wants and how he wants to see it played out in Green Bay. Also, what we do not know is what he wants and how he wants to see it played out in Green Bay, because he has yet to speak on that. And so that's where I feel like there will always be constant confusion, as you talk about, Acho, because Aaron Rodgers hasn't declared what exactly it is we're all trying to figure out, and we will never know until he decides to share it.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. I don't think that the core of this issue is him being confused. I think the core of this issue is him not wanting to fully address the issue at hand. Now, that's not confusion. Confusion is, which one is it? I think he knows what it is, but he doesn't want to fully address this. And I'm going to give you a parallel to give you an example. Russell Wilson sat there at the Super Bowl with his wife, Sierra, sat there next to Roger Goodell, and all of a sudden start texting. Start going into his feelings, and came out of that Super Bowl spazzing, ready to go to war with the organization and the team, and et cetera. And it reminds me of Aaron Rodgers' situation, of how that game played out against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A game where, you know, it was in the balance for a second there, a game where we were like, Green Bay can pull this off. And there were some controversial decisions made, whether it was Aaron Rodgers, whether it was his coach, or whether it was a lack of communication. But the blame game started, and we all saw it in the post-game press conference all the way through the offseason. So I'm not so certain if this is a confusing argument for Aaron Rodgers. I think this is more of, do you swallow the fact that you had a contribution to your own demise? Kind of like Russell Wilson. Do you finally swallow that, hey, some of this is on you? Now, my ego is huge, but it's not a superstar's ego, because I've never been a superstar. But I can imagine what a superstar must go through, because you hear it so often that it's not you. And then when it is you, you are kind of reluctant to say it is me. And I think that's where we are with Aaron Rodgers. So like I've been saying all offseason, will expect to see Aaron Rodgers on the Green Bay Packers suited up week 1. If anybody else wants to argue that, I'm here to listen. But you're not really standing on solid ground, because if you're trying to take Aaron Rodgers for his word, how solid is that? You just said he's confused, Acho. So as expected, as norm, he's going to suit up and ball out.
Well, the reason I don't think he will is because there can be no resolution. So there can be no resolution as long as Aaron Rodgers does not state what he wants and what he needs in order for there to be a resolve. Aaron Rodgers gave us one primary quote this offseason about the situation that wasn't facetious. He gave us truly one talking to Kenny Mayne. I'm going to read it verbatim, and y'all let me know how confused you all are. With my situation, look, it's never been about the draft picking Jordan, so it's not about the draft. I love Jordan. He's a great kid. We have a lot of fun working together. It's not about Jordan Love. Love the coaching staff. Love my teammates. Love the fan base in Green Bay. An incredible 16 years. It's just kind of about a philosophy, and maybe forgetting that it is about the people that make the things go. It's about character. It's about culture. It's about doing things the right way. Gee, you played in Green Bay. He just said it's not about Jordan Love, and it's not about drafting Jordan Love, so that's out the window. Aaron Rodgers has said he loves the coaching staff, so it's not like he wants a new coaching staff. That's out the window. He says he loves his teammates, so it's not as if he's unsatisfied.